Well, joining us now is personal finance expert Sue Hayward from London. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Look, this year, are consumers not saving more rather than rushing out to spend? How do you think this Black Friday will be different?
Well, absolutely. Of course, the retailers will be desperate for us to splash our cash, but of course, it's going to be an online phenomenon. But with most people, they're going to be watching the pennies. And the research, there's so much research out there from different organisations, but on average, we're going to be spending 20% less this year than we did last year because we're going to be watching the cash. And also, a lot of us in more recent years have become quite sceptical about some of those bargains and whether or not it's a case that some of the stores are actually hiking up the prices before Black Friday, only to bring them down and give the false illusion, if you like, of having a bargain. Some 90% of bargains out there are actually cheaper at other times of the year, according to research from the consumer group Which. So it's a case of you've got to be savvy and you've got to be careful with your money. Otherwise, you could end up with a bargain that you actually regret.
And that's the problem. We know to be a little bit sceptical. What advice do you have for someone who is looking around today, shopping, trying to get a good deal? How do you make sure you're not having the wool pulled over your eyes?
Well, I would say first thing is if you've got something in mind that you want is to go online. There's lots of price tracker tools, there's Price Spy, Idealo, and if you're looking on Amazon, it's got its very own price tracker, Camel, where you can pop in what you want and it will actually monitor the price throughout the whole year. So you will be able to see if today's price really is the best deal. I would also say check the returns policy, because 1 in 5 have splashed cash and later regret it. So check if you can actually send things back. With online purchases, you do have more rights than you do in the high street, but you may still have to pay return postage, which can be a problem. So I would say definitely check your rights when it comes to sending items back. And do check the model numbers, particularly with tech. It's a real big seller because people want to get bargains on laptops, gadgets, phones, all those kind of gizmos. But often, if you're popping in something, just one different digit or letter in the model number can obviously mean the difference between buying last year's model or a current one. So if you want last year's at a bargain price, that's great. But if you do want this year's one, make sure you're putting in the correct model number when you're actually doing your number crunching and shopping around.
Thank you very much. Personal finance expert Sue Hayward speaking to us there from London.